Fourth edition of Interchange, the most widely used and the most successful English course in the world. This state-of-the-art software is designed to help you maximize your teaching effectiveness as you move seamlessly through each lesson, incorporating video, audio, and even online resources, all with the click of a mouse. Visit the link below or contact your Cambridge University Press representative for a demonstration today.
Interchange 2, 4th edition, Unit 8, Part 2. أهلا وسهلا بكم في حلقة جديدة لقناتنا English for Arabs. Welcome to English for Arabs. Today's lesson, we're going to take Unit 8, Part 2. This video will include 1. The words and their meanings in English. Number 2, explanations of the lesson and answer for the exercises. 3. PowerPoint presentation for the grammar. Let's get started. 8. The words of exercise number 8. Please keep the words by heart before listening to the explanation. أهم حاجة إن الطالب يحفظ الكلمات ومعانيها بالإنجليش قبل الشرح. 8. A shrine, a place of worship in Japan. 8. A shrine, a place of worship in Japan. A reception, a party held after the wedding ceremony. Kimono, a traditional Japanese robe. Western bridal dress, a traditional wedding gown worn by a bride. The bride and groom. 8b. Curious, wanting to know or to learn about something. Ceramic box. Box, British American box, O as a sound. Rhythm, a strong pattern of sounds, a strong pattern of sound. Pattern, British American pattern. 10. Engage, agreed to get married. Honeymoon, a vacation taken after wedding. A vacation, honeymoon, a vacation taken after wedding. Newlyweds, a couple who has recently gotten married. Newlyweds, a couple who has recently gotten married. Date each other, have a romantic relationship. Bachelor party, a party given by male friends and family members for a man who's going to get married soon. Wedding reception, a party following a wedding ceremony. 12. Courtship, the time when people have a romantic relationship. The time when people have a romantic relationship. 13. Honor, to show respect for someone. Community, society. Community, society. Local, not foreigner. Award, to give. Ribbon, a piece of colored materials given to show appreciation. Ribbon, a piece of colored material given to show appreciation. Ancestors, great-grandfathers. Ancestors, great-grandfathers. Gravesite, cemetery. Tomb, be silent or cemetery. Bark, the outer covering of a tree. The outer covering of a tree. Leaves. Float, to stay on the surface of a liquid. Float, to stay on the surface of a liquid. Thai, related to Thailand. Thai, related to Thailand. Goddess, a female god. God is a female god. This is of course for people who aren't Muslims. People who aren't Muslims, yes. In exchange for, in return of, in return for. Spirit, soul. Frustration, sadness. Humorous, funny. Hilarious, humorous, funny. Exercise number 8. Conversation. Wedding day. Look at the picture. What do you see? 2 young ladies. This one is American. This young lady has an Asian face. Asian face such as Japan, China, Indonesia. What are they doing? They are looking at. They're looking at. What's this? Our wedding. What's a wedding? A wedding? A marriage party. Wedding, marriage party. Look at the second picture. What do you see here? Some people. They are from Japan. They are Japanese. She's wearing kimono. Kimono, traditional Japanese dress. Where are those people? They are at a shrine. This is a shrine. Shrine is a place for worship in Japan. Now listen and practice. Listen and repeat.
53, Exercise 8, Conversation. Wedding Day. Part A. Listen and practice.
Your wedding pictures are really beautiful, Emiko. Thank you. Those pictures are from right after the ceremony. Where was the ceremony? At a shrine. When people get married in Japan, they sometimes have the ceremony at a shrine. That's interesting. Were there a lot of people there? Well, usually only family members and close friends go to the ceremony. But afterward, we had a reception with family and friends. So, what are receptions like in Japan? There's a big dinner, and after the meal, the guests give speeches or sing songs. It sounds like fun. It really is. And then, before the guests leave, the bride and groom give them presents. The guests get presents? Yes, and the guests give money to the bride and groom.
So here, your wedding pictures are really beautiful, Emiko. Wedding pictures, pictures of marriage. The marriage pictures are really beautiful, are wonderful. Thank you. Those pictures are from right after the ceremony. They are after the ceremony. Where was the ceremony? At a shrine. The ceremony was a shrine. What's a shrine? It's a place of worship in Japan. When people get married in Japan, they sometimes have the ceremony at a shrine. T soft D, at a shrine. That's interesting. Interesting. That's wonderful. Were there a lot of people there? Look here at the picture. Do we have a lot of people? No. We usually only have family members and close friends. Just family members and our close friends. But after that, we had a reception with family and friends. What's a reception? A reception is a welcome party. A party to welcome the guests. So what are receptions like in Japan? There's a big dinner, and after the meal, the guests give speeches or sing songs. So, in the reception, the guests have dinner. Then, after they finish their meals, they give speeches and sing songs. It sounds like fun. It seems fun. That's funny. That's fun. That's interesting. It really is. And then before the guests leave, the bride and groom give them presents. So here in Japan, the bride and groom give the guests presents. The guests get presents. Yes, the guests, the visitors, take presents. Yes, and the guests give money to the bride and groom. And of course, the guests, the visitors, give money to the bride and groom, to the married couple. Now let's answer some questions. What are Emika's wedding pictures like? They are beautiful. Where was the ceremony? The ceremony is at a shrine. What is the custom in Japan? When people get married, they sometimes have the ceremony at a shrine. Were there a lot of people? No. Only family members and close friends. What do people do after the ceremony? They had a reception with family and friends. What's a reception? A welcome party. What are receptions like in Japan? There is big dinner, and after the meal, the guests give speeches or sing songs. What do the guests do before they leave? Before the guests leave, they give the bride and groom money, and the bride and groom give the guests presents. B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What did the bride and groom give each guest? What does the bride and groom give every visitor?
Page 53, Exercise 8, Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What did the bride and groom give each guest?
I'm curious. What did you and your husband give everyone? Well, sugar is a symbol of happiness in Japan, so we gave each guest a box filled with sweets. What a nice custom! It sounds like it was a wonderful day. Oh, it really was. What did you and your husband give everyone? Well, sugar is a symbol of happiness in Japan, so we gave each guest a box filled with sweets. What a nice custom! It sounds like it was a wonderful day. Oh, it really was.
The bride and groom gave each guest a ceramic box filled with sweets because sugar is the symbol of love and happiness.
Page 53, Exercise 9, Pronunciation. Stress and Rhythm. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice how stressed words and syllables occur with a regular rhythm.
When people get married in Japan, they sometimes have the ceremony at a shrine.
Page 53, Exercise 9, Pronunciation, Stress and Rhythm, Part A. Listen and practice. Notice how stressed words and syllables occur with a regular rhythm.
When people get married in Japan, they sometimes have the ceremony at a shrine.
Pronunciation, stress and rhythm. What means stress? To make the sound higher, louder, and longer. Listen and repeat. Listen and practice. Notice how stressed words and syllables occur with a regular rhythm. When people get married in Japan, they sometimes have the ceremony at a shrine. So here we have the stressed words, the words that give me the meaning. People, married, Japan, sometimes, ceremony, shrine. Now try to read the stressed words and you will get the meaning. People, married, Japan, sometimes, ceremony, shrine. So we stress the words that give us the meaning. We stress number one, the nouns, people, Japan, ceremony, because nouns give us the meaning. Then, action verb. Verbs, not verb to be, verb to do, verb to have, helping verbs, no. The verb, action verb, marry, run, jump, married. So we stress nouns, verbs like married, and they give us the meaning. We go with certain rhythm. What's rhythm? It's certain way of making the sounds. Certain sounds, strong sounds. B. Listen to the stress and rhythm in these sentences, then practice them. In this exercise, you are going to listen and underline, highlight, mark the stress. Where is the stress in every sentence? Let's start to listen.
Page 53, Exercise 9, Part B. Listen to the stress and rhythm in these sentences. Then practice them. 1.
After the ceremony, there's a reception with family and friends.
1.
After the ceremony, there's a reception with family and friends.
After the ceremony, there's a reception with family and friends. So here, where is the stressed words? Ceremony, ceremony. Reception, family, friends. We have here 4 words: ceremony, reception, family, friends.
2.
Before the guests leave, the bride and groom give them presents.
2.
Before the guests leave, the bride and groom give them presents.
2. Before the guests leave, the bride and groom give them presents. So here we have the stressed words: guests, leave, bride, groom, give presents. So here we stress the nouns such as guests, bride, groom, presents, and we stress also the verbs such as leave, give. 3.
3.
The guests usually give money to the bride and groom.
3.
The guests usually give money to the bride and groom.
3. The guests usually give money to the bride and groom. So the stress here on guests, money, bride, groom. Exercise number 10. Grammar focus.
Page 54, Exercise 10, Grammar Focus. Adverbial clauses of time.
When people get married in Japan, they sometimes have the ceremony at a shrine.
After the food is served, the guests give speeches or sing songs.
Before the guests leave, the bride and groom give them presents.
Adverbial clauses of time. When people get married in Japan, they sometimes have the ceremony at a shrine. So here we have when, 2 sentences. The verb here in present, get married, get, the verb in simple present, have, simple present, sometimes have. Why? Because here this is a habit. Every time when there is a wedding, a marriage party, when people get married in Japan, they have the ceremony at a shrine. After the food is served, the guests give speeches or sing songs. Here, after is served, simple present, give, simple present, sing, simple present. So here, after, 2 sentences, and the verbs in presence, in the simple present. Why? Because it's a repeated action. It's a habit. Before the guests leave, the bride and groom give them presents. So before the guests leave, before, sentence, another sentence. This is the clause. 2 sentences, 2 verbs, 2 subjects, and the verbs are in the simple because the action is repeated. Before the guests leave, the bride and groom give them presents. So here, after when, after before, we have 2 sentences. You put the verb in the simple past in the first sentence, the second sentence, both the verb in the simple past. The simple past, he, she, it, verb plus s, es, ies. If I have I, we, you, they, we put the verb as it is. Let's have this PowerPoint presentation. Adverbial clauses of time. We said clause, we have 2 sentences. The adverbial clauses of time are when, after, before. When people get married in Egypt, they sometimes marry in the mosque. So sometimes the bride and groom get married in Egypt, they marry in the mosque. They go to the mosque and make Katb al-Kitab in Egypt here. When people get married in Egypt, they sometimes marry in the mosque. So this is the mosque. The bride and the groom go to the mosque and have Katb al-Kitab inside the mosque. So here when, sentence, another sentence. When, 2 sentences. The verb here, get, present, people get. They sometimes marry, present, present. When, present, present. After the food is served, the guests sing and dance. After the food is served, in the wedding, in the marriage party, the guests sing and dance. So this is after. The sentence here, present. The second sentence, sing and dance, present. Simple present tense. Why? Because these are habits. The action is repeated. These are habits. Sometimes marry in the mosque. The guests sing and dance. So in every marriage, after the food is served, the guests sing and dance. Before the guests leave, they give the bride and groom money as a gift. This is a habit in Upper Egypt. In Egypt here, in Upper Egypt, in Sohag, in Qena, in Aswan. Before the guests leave, they give the bride and groom money as a gift. We call it here in Egypt نقطة. نقطة, they put the money in envelopes and give it to the bride and the groom. So here in adverbial clause of time, we have when, after, before. Two sentences. Present, present, simple present, simple present. We call these adverbial clause of time, when, after, before. The two sentences in the simple present tense because they express habits. The action is repeated. نخلي بالنا بالذات طلاب الثانوية العامة، أنا بتكلم على after و before في حالة وجود عادة. يعني الحاجة هنا تبقى في المضارع البسيط في الزمنين، ماليش دعوة، مش بتكلم على الماضي، مش بتكلم لما تيجي الحالة فيها ماضي تام وماضي بسيط، لا أنا بتكلم هنا في حالة المضارع. So here we use when, after, before. When, after, before. Habit, habit. Simple present, the simple present. How can we form the simple present? He, she, it, verb plus s, es, ies. The second sentence, he, she, it, verb s, es, ies. So this is habit, which means habit means repeated action. The action is repeated. It means in every marriage, these habits repeat. These habits are repeated. We repeat these actions. So when you use when, after, before, the first sentence, simple present. The second sentence, simple present. If I have I, we, you, they, we put the verb as it is, without s, es, ies. If I have we, you, they, I, plus verb, plus the main verb. Exercise number 10A. What do you know about wedding customs in North America? Wedding customs, marriage habits in North America. Complete the sentences with the information below. So here in this exercise we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences, and we match them with A, B, C, D, E, F. But these habits are not related to Egypt or Saudi Arabia. These habits are the customs of wedding, of marriage in North America, not Egypt. 1. Before a man and woman get married, they usually F. Date each other for a year or more. Date means to have a romantic relationship. So number 1, F. Number 2, when a couple gets engaged, couple, this means future husband and future wife. 2 persons gets engaged. The man often, D. The man gives the woman an engagement ring. An engagement ring. 3. Right after a couple. 3. Right after a couple gets engaged, they usually E. Begin to plan the wedding. 4. When a woman gets married, her family usually A. Pays for the wedding and reception. 5. When guests go to wedding, they almost always C. Give the bride and groom a gift or some money. When guests go to wedding, they almost always Give the bride and groom a gift or some money. 6. Right after a couple gets married, they usually go on a short trip called honeymoon. So number 6B. Again the answers: 1F, 2D, 3E, 4A, 5C, 6B. B. Pair work. What happens when people get married in your country? What happens when people get married in Egypt, in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, in United Arab Emirates, in Morocco? Tell your partner, tell your friend by completing the statements, the sentences in part A with your own information. Pay attention to stress and rhythm. 1. Before a man and woman get married, they usually meet each other inside the bride's house for about 2 or 3 months. This is the engagement time. When a couple gets engaged, the man often brings presents and gifts. Right after a couple gets engaged, they usually speak to each other on the phone. They usually chat. When guests go to a wedding, they almost always have a big dinner. Right after a couple gets married, they usually go on a short trip called honeymoon. Exercise number 12, speaking. That's an interesting custom. Interesting, E silent. Custom, habit. A. Group work. Do you know any interesting customs, any interesting habits related to the topics below? Related to these topics? Explain a custom, a habit, and discuss it with your classmates. Discuss it with your friends. Births. When we have birth. When we have a birth in Egypt, we have different customs. After the baby is born, we make سبوع. On the 7th day. On the 7th day, we make سبوع in Egypt. We give presents and gifts to the people. We give the guests ceramic box filled with sweets, chocolates. We write different cards like أنا جيت نورت البيت. When I came, the house became enlightened. So we have example verses in Egypt here. Some families make aqiqah, as they make a very big meal for the visitors. Courtship, this is in Philippines. A and B and C. A. I know a custom for the Filipinos. When a boy courts a girl, he stands outside her house and sings to her. Courtship. What does he sing? Romantic songs, of course. He tries to sing romantic songs for her. Customs around the world. This is page 55, exercise 13. Customs around the world, habits around the world. Now look at the photos. What do you think is happening in each picture? This picture number 1. What do you see? Someone honors another person. He gives him awards. There is a ribbon, maybe a medal. So what's this? On the third Monday of October, Jamaicans celebrate National Heroes Day. This is the National Heroes Day. Where in Jamaica? They honor 7 men and women who were important to Jamaica's history. They honor 7 men and women who did important things for Jamaica. There are speeches, music, sports, and dancing. They also give awards to local heroes. They give presents to local heroes for helping their communities. Communities, I can say also communities, American communities, societies. So this is the National Heroes Day. When is it? On the third Monday of October. They honor 7 men and women. Why? Because they were important to Jamaica's history. How do they celebrate? How do the Jamaicans celebrate the National Heroes Day? There are speeches, music, sports, and dancing. Also, they give awards to local heroes. Why? Because they help their communities. Number 2. Look at the picture. What do you see? You see here different kinds of food, a photo for someone, a soldier or somebody. Second picture, second paragraph. On August 15 of the lunar calendar, the calendar of the moon, Koreans celebrate Chuseok. What's a Chuseok? Also known as, this is the Korean Thanksgiving. This is the Korean Thanksgiving. It's a day when people give thanks for the harvest. What's the harvest? The harvest, the collecting of fruits and vegetables. Korean families honor their ancestors. Ancestors, their great-great-grandparents, great-grandfathers and great-grandmothers. How do they honor them? By going to their graves. They go to the tombs, the cemetery, to take them rice and fruit and clean the grave sites. So this is the Chuseok. When is it? On August 15 of the lunar calendar. This is related to the moon. What does it mean? It means Korean Thanksgiving. How do the Koreans celebrate it? On this day, people give thanks for the harvest. The Korean families honor their ancestors by going to their graves. What do they take with them? They take rice and fruit. Picture 3. Look at the picture. What do you see here? You see here a bowl. This is water, maybe a lake or river, and they throw a plate or bowl, and we see on it some candles. We have here 2 young ladies. What are the nationalities? Look here at the dress. This is the traditional dress. We have here flowers. An interesting custom in Thailand is Loi Krasung. This is an interesting habit in Thailand. Thailand is a country. A croissant is a bowl made from the bark and leaves of banana trees. So they made a bowl. This bowl, like big plate, is made from the outer part of the tree, the bark and the leaves of banana trees. Then it's decorated with a light candle. They put in it a candle and light it, set fire to it. 3 light show sticks and flowers. After the rainy season, on the evening of the full moon in November, Thai people float croissants on the river to pay respect to the river goddess. God is a female god. So this is in Thailand, and this is according to the beliefs of the Thailand people. They would like to respect the river, so they put a bowl and put a light candle on it with 3 light juice sticks, with 3 sticks and flowers. On the evening of the full moon in November, Thai people float opposite sink, float, to be on the surface of the water. The croissants on the river, why do they do that? To pay respect, to respect the river goddess. This is in their religion, in the Thailand's people's beliefs and religions. 4. Look at the picture. What do you see? A young man, different young men. One of them is talking in the phone, and this young man is throwing his mobile. He's throwing his cell phone. Finland. Finland has a unique but very modern custom. Unique, rare, unusual custom habit. This is a very rare modern habit. It started because some people felt angry when their cell phones didn't work well. Some people felt very angry when their mobiles didn't work. They wanted to express their frustration. They would like to express their sadness, their disappointment, in a humorous way, in a very funny way. So every summer, there is a cell phone throwing contest, a competition to throw mobiles. People throw their cell phones as far as possible. People throw their mobiles as far distance. The winner receives a prize such as gold medal. So this is in Finland. They have very strange modern habit. They throw their cell phones, their mobiles, for far distance because they are very angry because their mobiles don't work well. The winner receives a prize such as a gold medal because he throws his cell phone as far as possible. Now let's answer these questions. A. Read the article and answer these questions. 1. When is National Heroes Day in Jamaica? The National Heroes Day in Jamaica is on the third Monday of October. On the third Monday of October. 2. Why do Koreans celebrate Chuseok? 2. Koreans celebrate Chuseok to give thanks for the harvest. 3. What do Thais do for Loi Croissant? Thai made a bowl from the barks and leaves of banana trees. Then They decorated and floated them on the river. 4. Why do fans go to the cell phone throwing competition? To express their frustration in a humorous way. 4. To express their frustration in a humorous way, in a funny way. What do these words refer to? Write the correct words. So in part P, you have to go. They, paragraph 1, line 2. You look at paragraph number 1. Line 1, 2. In line 2, you will find the word they. You read the first 2 lines. What does they refer to? 1. Jamaicans. 1. Jamaicans. 2. There. Paragraph 1, line 6. 2. Local heroes. 3. It. Paragraph 2, line 3. Thanksgiving. 1. Jamaicans. 2. Local heroes. 3. Thanksgiving. 4. It. Paragraph 3, line 3. A bowl. 4. A bowl. 5. It. Paragraph 4, line 2. 5. Custom, habit. 6. They. Paragraph 4, line 4. They. Some angry people. C. Pair work. Do you have similar holidays or custom in your country? Describe it. So this is here pair work. Anyone can say whatever he likes. You try to describe a holiday or a habit in your country. That's the end of Unit 8, Part 2. Homework. 1. Keep the words by heart. 2. Listen and repeat. Answer the questions of Workbook Unit 8, Part 2. You will answer 3 pages. 4. Go to www.interchangearcade.org. You will have a lot of games and exercises. Wonderful exercises as games. Funny exercises. 5. Watch the video of Interchange 2, Unit 8. The Cambridge University video. Wish you all good luck. Finally, share it, like it, and subscribe. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته ونسألكم الدعاء.
Presentation Plus is available exclusively with the new 4th edition of Interchange, the most widely used and the most successful English course in the world. This state-of-the-art software is designed to help you maximize your teaching effectiveness as you move seamlessly through each lesson, incorporating video, audio, and even online resources, all with the click of a mouse. With Presentation Plus, your students will be laser-focused on the task at hand as you use the built-in presentation tools to highlight key concepts, reveal answers to exercises, annotate passages, play class audio passages and video segments, and even embed web links right into your lessons. Let us show you how Presentation Plus can help you deliver more engaging and effective lessons. Visit the link below or contact your Cambridge University Press representative for a demonstration today.
ممكن نجيب كتاب Interchange في أي مكتبة على مستوى العالم. الكتاب موجود في العالم العربي كله، في السعودية، في الكويت، الإمارات، البحرين، مصر، والكتاب كمان موجود في فرنسا وإيطاليا وأسبانيا، في كل الدول وفي أوروبا. فكل الناس اللي هم بياخدوا اللغة الإنجليزية كلغة أجنبية تانية يقدروا يستخدموا الكتاب. عندنا مثلا في مصر في المكتبة الأكاديمية، وده جنب مترو أنفاق الدقي. مجرد تخرج من مترو أنفاق الدقي هتلاقي المكتبة على طول قدامك. مكتبة سفنكس في شارع الشواربي، شارع الشواربي في وسط البلد مشهور جدا. فعندنا مكتبة جرير. مكتبة جرير برضو بتقدم كتاب انترتشينج السلسلة كلها، ولها فروع في كل دول الخليج. مكتبة الامازون اللي هي المكتبة رقم 1 على مستوى العالم، ودي برضو فيها كل النسخ بتاعة الانترتشينج